Welcome to the Electric Playground. We're the show that brings you the latest in everything cool every single day. Holy sardine, Batman. EP travels to Sydney, Australia for a look at spirit hunters. Hey, you've returned to the Electric Playground, where all week long we are celebrating handheld games. And today we've got Charlie Ross of one-man Star Wars and one-man Lord of the Rings fame taking us inside the world of spirit hunters.
Spirit hunters, can you tell us? You have two different types. You have the shadow and you have the light. What is the difference between the two, and how do they complement each other?
Okay, so what happens is the players got to try and capture spirits in the game. That's the idea. They go around the real world hunting for these spirits. And the differences between the shadow and light versions are you'll have different spirits in each one that might not be available in the other. And so what you have to do is create challenges for your friend. So maybe you've got the shadow one and I've got the light one. I can maybe capture some spirits that maybe you can't. And then when I manage to do that, I can create a challenge. I can then text or email or Facebook that challenge to you. You can load up your game, battle against that spirit, and then he becomes permanently unlocked in your game. So now you'll start to see him roaming or her roaming around the world.
You were using augmented reality. What kind of challenges did you find personally trying to develop this for the DSi?
Well, the DSi doesn't have a gyroscope or any motion sensing capabilities, so we had to take the video feed that comes in through the camera and process that so that we can work out how you're moving, whether you're moving left or right or up or down. And then working with that, we superimpose the three-dimensional spirits into the real world so they move backwards and forwards in and out of the world, and then they also move around you, so there's kind of like this sphere around you that they're going to exist in, so you can turn around and hunt them as they move away from you, or they might try and escape if you're too nasty to them.
It's cool, the idea of the augmented reality, because somebody can go on a trip somewhere, or they could be on the bus, they could be at the supermarket and look around that environment and actually find spirits that are there. So it's something that it's a game that goes with you wherever you go. How do you think you might develop that further from what you're doing now?
I think it's really interesting the fact that we're deliberately trying to make spirits spawn in different places and different locations, so that to encourage the user to want to flip it open wherever they are and see what's hiding around them. Future things that we'd like to do with the Nintendo 3DS is be able to pass information between users using the Street Pass feature. What we're also trying to do is introduce a story element to the game, so there's a proper story which you'll progress as you play it. What's really interesting is we're putting the RPG element kind of in the real world, so you've got to replenish your health over time in real time, and you're maybe climbing up a cliff and decide to battle a spirit when you get to the top or whatever, so you've kind of got this bleeding into the real world and the game world.
Looking forward to checking out Spirit Hunters when it comes out later this year.